Have you noticed that Joao Pedro is actually playing in an orthodox position? The position that majority of us expected Joao Pedro to play in preseason, and he actually played in preseason, has not been the position that Joao Pedro has played in the Premier League. After Maresca experimenting with Joao Pedro as a striker against Crystal Palace, Maresca has decided and resorted to using Joao Pedro in a very unfamiliar position. We know Maresca this season has preferred to use something more like a 3-1-3-3 system with the right back overlapping and Joao Pedro starting in that number 10 position. Now, Joao Pedro is playing in a position where he's actually acting more like a second striker rather than an out and out striker. And why is this the case? You see, Joao Pedro in this number 10 position is actually creating a lot of problems in that he can join the front line to become a second striker when Chelsea are looking to attack, or he can move the back line. And aided with Caicedo's presence in that midfield, this actually seems to make sense. Now, I want you to look at this clip. Look at Chelsea's structure. Look at the way Chelsea are looking to build with a 3-man at the back, and look at the position of Gusto and the position in particular of Joao Pedro. Look at where Joao Pedro is actually at. He's at the tip of the center circle and he's actually quite free. Joao Pedro in this position is also looking to drag markers out of position and looking to receive the ball in dangerous areas on the ground. I'm just excited to see how he's going to play with Cole Palmer in these kind of regions, because Joao Pedro plays that position way better than Cole Palmer. So the question is, are we seeing Maresca adjusting his system to accommodate Joao Pedro? And do the stats actually showcase that Joao Pedro can play that second striker position? And is that the future for Joao Pedro's position at Chelsea? I just want us to look at some of the stats. Now, looking at some of the stats, what you notice is that Joao Pedro's stats have been quite excellent, except for the Crystal Palace game. And in that Crystal Palace game, Joao Pedro played as the starting striker. He was not able to win the ball. He was not able to hold on to the ball because of the strong presence of the strong Crystal Palace centre-backs. Now, I want you to look at these stats. And what do you notice? You look at his assists. You look at his creations throughout a 90, and you see they are super strong, meaning that Joao Pedro, despite being a striker, is highly creative. His progressive passes, his progressive carries, signifying that this is a very strong creative player. And are we seeing Joao Pedro actually moving into that? If you are new in this channel, do not forget to like, share and subscribe. Check out the link to the second channel in the link in the description area. Now look at Chelsea building from the back. Now you see the reason why Chelsea even went ahead and got McGeough after Liam Delap got injured is because they want somebody to occupy the centre backs and allow Joao Pedro to be free. Now you look at this structure here, you can see Fulham looking to try and press Chelsea aggressively high up the pitch. But because Fulham is looking to apply this aggressive press against Chelsea, what do you automatically notice? Because they are looking to apply this pressure, Chelsea are looking to have two of their forwards pinning the fullbacks, centre backs deeper to create spaces in midfield. And this is what actually happens next. Look at this clip here. The ball is played, and look at who is actually the one receiving that ball. None other than Joao Pedro. Because of Liam Delap's position looking to hold on to the ball, Joao Pedro is in a comfortable position to get the second ball. Here again, Chelsea are looking to play from the back. The ball is being played directly to Malo Gusto. And look at the position that Joao Pedro is occupying. He's occupying that central, somehow number 10 position in attack. Now, this position that Joao Pedro is occupying allows him and the striker to create that overload in zone 14. And you can see whenever the wide centre-backs are able to step out to cover Chelsea's wide attacking players, you can see that Joao Pedro is always the free man. And because of this, what you notice is that now Chelsea have two dedicated ball holders. They have two dedicated strikers, but one is playing as an out-and-out 9, while the other is playing in that second striker role. You see, this is one thing that Christopher Nkunku did not give to Chelsea last season. And when you look at this position, the ball is automatically played to Joao Pedro. Joao Pedro is able to link up with Caicedo, or is able to actually beat his man and actually open spaces for Chelsea. Here, Chalobah has the ball. He's playing the ball to Malo Gusto. Look at the position of Joao Pedro. The position that Maresca is moving Joao Pedro to play is actually a position that is allowing Joao Pedro to always have that space in between the lines. Joao Pedro now has that ball. He can see that the ball is about to be played forward. He's looking to make that run into that space because Joao Pedro now understands the system of play that Maresca is actually playing him at. Here again, you can see because of the movement of Joao Pedro, the space that has been left in midfield, allowing Caicedo to actually look to occupy that space and look to try and create problems for the opposition. This all starts with the position of Joao Pedro. And what about in defense? Joao Pedro's position in defense can either be to drop alongside Fernandes in that midfield or to join the attacking player, allowing Joao Pedro to conserve his energy and actually put him in a position where he's able to create a lot of issues for the opposition. When you look at this structure, you can see the position of Joao Pedro in that number 10 position. And because Chelsea face lower blocks, especially in the first games they have played, Joao Pedro has been super important in unlocking those blocks based on the position he actually picks in between the lines, knowing when to drop, knowing when to make runs. And because of this, what you automatically notice is that Joao Pedro is constantly the free man in between the lines. Even in this clip, you can see the free position that he has picked. And because Joao Pedro is a very, very strong player with very quick skills, once he picks this position, he's constantly creating a kind of uncertainty for the opposition defenders. And that's why I want to see how Joao Pedro is going to play against a 4-4-2 deep block, because I think that is where he's going to thrive. Sometimes, if the opposition is actually committing players to look at Joao Pedro is actually the player who's free to make that run, and the ball is able to be played in behind for him to make that run. And that is why I have to say this here, that the position that Maresca has changed for Joao Pedro, that attacking number 10 position that he's playing, is actually a position that is going to determine Chelsea's season this season. Once again, we are seeing Maresca adapting his tactics to incorporate the strengths of his players. Next video, I'm going to talk about how Maresca and his coaching staff have managed to make Chelsea into a deadly set-piece weapon. Do not also forget to subscribe to my second channel in the link in the description area. Once again, thanks for watching and see you in our next video.